Shalom everyone and Chag Sameach. Rav Kook teaches us an interesting lesson. See, we take 4 species over the festival of Sukkot and we bind them together, and one of them has a beautiful smell, and the other one has a beautiful taste, and the other one has a beautiful smell and taste, and then the poor willow has neither smell nor taste. And it seems like it's the most unappreciated. It's supposed to represent the simple Jew that neither has good deeds nor Torah study. Yet, finally, we come to the end of the festival, the last day called Hoshana Rabbah. And we put the 3 species down and we pick up the lone, lowly willow, and it becomes the star. And the question is, why? What is so special about it? And to answer this, Rav Kook relates that when he was the chief rabbi of Jaffa here in Israel, once there was a case where a secular Jew went and he was a photographer. He set up his tripod in the middle of the city on a holiday, on a Shabbos, and he was taking pictures of a religious community during the holy day. And the people obviously were not happy. Eventually one guy just couldn't handle it anymore. He took a pail of water and he threw it all over the man with his tripod and his camera. The man was so upset that he went to the religious court, the Beit Din, and he raised a case against this man. And Rav Kook oversaw the case. And he said to the man, look, I got to tell you, to desecrate the Sabbath is a very severe thing. Moreover, to do it publicly like that, it's a very severe thing. At the same time, to go ahead and take justice into your own hands, it's not good either. We do have cases like Pinchas in the Torah that, sometimes that spontaneous emotional reaction is just exactly what's needed. But there's no other way of giving true justice than just following your gut. It says, this is kind of connected to the idea of the willow. And he goes on to explain. He says that if you look in the Talmud, the Gemara, we see that there was a sect of Jews called the Boethians that didn't hold by rabbinic Torah, only the written Torah. And they once had an argument with the rabbis of the time about whether we should go ahead and, if Hoshana Rabbah, the last day of Sukkot, falls on the Sabbath, pick up these willows and use them in the ceremony. The Boethians said they should not, and the rabbis said of course they should. So the Boethians devised a plan. They took all the willows in Jerusalem and they put giant boulders on them, knowing that boulders on Shabbos are considered muktzah. It's prohibited to carry boulders to do work. So they thought that they were outsmarting these rabbis. What's going to happen? The rabbis will not be able to move the boulders, will not be able to get the willows, will not use the willows, and as a result, they'll win the battle. They'll win this academic, intellectual argument that they had with them. And for all time, people will remember that year where the rabbis didn't do the willow ceremony because it was a Shabbos, and they will concede that these people knew better. The Boethians knew better. What happened? Come the day, a simple Jews knew that it's time to do the ceremony of the willows. They went outside, not knowing the laws of halakha, the Jewish law on what to do with prohibited boulders and the like. They didn't even think twice. They moved the boulders, they picked up the willows. The priests were able to come and get the willows and do what they needed to do. And Rav Kook teaches us this exactly is the power of the willow. Sometimes all we need is simplicity. The simple Jew. The one who doesn't overthink things, nor does he know too much really. He's not a genius. But he knows there's something that needs to be done and he gets it done. And oftentimes we find that those are the types of Jews that have actually saved the Jewish people. The ones that have gone ahead and put their lives on the line when it didn't make any sense. The ones that, again, while not the most fragrant or the most tasty, the most filled with mitzvot, good deeds, or the ones most knowledgeable, nevertheless, the ones that in their simple divine faith do what needs to be done. And this, Rav Kook says, is the beauty and the secret of the not lowly willow, but the truly great willow. I hope you enjoy the rest of your festival, and God bless you all.